to Seriously Stump'd. I almost forgot that I even turned the camera on. Stick around today if you guys want to see us use this Echo Timberwolf, the CS590. You know, Barry DeBlay Sr., because he's going to do some cross cuts on this giant 8-foot stump that grew up between this rock bed on the property. And then later on, we'll fire up the MechMaxx Stump grinder. We'll head down to the other end of the property and we'll continue work on those other 2 stumps. You know, the ones that had that ant infestation that we lit on fire. But if that doesn't lace up your boots, you can stay stumped. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Stump fam, I've been trying to get ready for like the past 30 minutes to go down here and do some more work on that giant 8-foot stump you guys saw in another video. The one that grew up through the bed of the rocks that we can't use the MechMaxx on. So we're gonna do some old school methods on it. We're gonna try to pour some lighter fluid on it or tiki torch fuel. So I got that all ready. I got Barry the Blade Sr. out for some cross cuts. I got a drill out, I got drill bits. I got the tractor down there so where I can load up some more lumber to create the fire, kindling, all that good stuff. I got my earmuffs, I got my gloves. I just can't find my safety glasses. You know, the Ted Bundy specials. So I was like, man, where's the last time you had them? Oh, it was up there when you were clearing the property, that area of the property. And what do you know? Man, look at them things right there. Ooh, kick some dust up on them. Don't worry, we can wipe that off. But hey, if you guys want you some of these birth control glasses or the Ted Bundy specials, whatever you want to call them, just strictly safety glasses, they're reasonable. They're on Amazon. I'll post a link in the description of this video for you to get your own. Don't worry about it. We got you. Whoa. Yeah, still got a bad hamstring. So here we go with this Harbor Freight free gift. You know, the one they give you if you spend way too much money in there? Just wanted to show you guys, this right here, at the end of this tape, is 8 feet. And if I pull this on out, I'm over here at like 9.5 feet, and it still goes further that way. So the largest part of this stump is close to 9 feet. And it really grew up between all of these rocks, which would just destroy our new MechMaxx Stump grinder. All right, let's get into it. Got them Ted Bundy specials. Ba 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 ba. I'm loving it. Hit that on switch. Boop. Hit that compression chamber release. Oh, here we go. Or as they say on Thursday Night Football, here we go. Remember, you want saw clippings, not sawed up.
As we adjust our angle here, we can really see the cross cuts. Just keep in mind that your main goal here is to just increase airflow as the stump burns down. I know what you're thinking. You do the exact same thing. You got to pull that trigger finger just to check that drill's going to work. And we do the exact same thing when we strap something down on the trailer, when we flick the straps just to make sure they're tight. Tightness check, sat.
When you see smoke, I'd say your bit's pretty dull. I'll be right back. He's back.
When you're drilling these holes, just be mindful that your main goal here is to just provide an opening for the fuel that you're going to add, whether it's diesel fuel or burnt motor oil, whatever you're going to use. Your goal is to let that really get down into the root structure to keep it burning overnight. You know we had to do a quick drive-by of that area for the big announcement that I can't wait to share with you guys. It's so exciting. And here, just like Florida-Georgia line, we cruise on by that wood wall that we made the other day. We're en route up here to the other end of the property where a tree fell, actually a couple of them, and we just have not had time to take care of them. And I figured since we got to burn that stump down, we needed to go up here and get all this free firewood. As of late, I've really found myself buying these cheap chainsaw blades off Amazon instead of the more expensive ones. When you buy the cheap ones, it almost just makes no sense to sharpen them. But I had a whole bunch of stuff that I needed to cut with Barry the Blade Sr. And the last thing I wanted to do was just barrel right through all of my supply of chainsaw blades. So you'll see me use the file here to do a light sharpening before we get up there and cut down those logs. Yep, our not-so-friendly critters are back. I really got to do a better job of keeping these things at bay.
Well, since it's hotter than a chainsaw at a pawn shop around here, figured we'd stay hydrated. But let's keep getting after it, y'all. Barry the Blade Sr.'s back. Let's go.
I'd like to say that I'm not sponsored by this Echo Timberwolf CS590 by any means, but I truly do love it. Especially for DIY purposes. I don't know if it could keep up with the wear and tear of you using it in your professional business, but for things around the house, the farm, or a larger property, I really don't think you can go wrong with an Echo chainsaw.
As Billy Bob would say, it ain't got no gas in it. Pro tip, your chain tool works real great at getting the caps off of this chainsaw, and then go ahead and put some bar lube in it anytime you're gonna fuel up. And then keep your fuel that's mixed in an easily identifiable can.
With all of the chainsawing that this project required, I definitely should have had on some chainsaw chaps or maybe even a face shield, but I did keep on my hearing protection and my safety glasses and my gloves. I just don't own any chainsaw chaps at this time, and luckily I wasn't doing any tree chopping down, and it was mainly just some stump work or old logs where I would have a lot of kickback, but I do understand that there are some other safety measures out there that I could be implementing. Would you look at that? This guy actually does use that new stump grinder that he has to grind some stumps, and not just running around all day making fires and using chainsaws to chop up old dead trees and high projecting stumps. But in all seriousness, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for liking our stuff. And I would just challenge you to subscribe if you're liking what you see, and continue to comment with any questions that you may have. We've had this stump grinder for a little over a couple weeks now, and we've pretty much put it through the ringer. So if you guys have any questions, whether it's regarding the 3-point hitch or hookup, the trimming of the PTO shaft, our dealings with MechMaxx, or anything in particular, feel free to reach out and I'll try to respond as quickly as possible. But just know that just because I am affiliated with MechMaxx now, that doesn't mean that I don't truly recommend their products, as every ounce of my experience with them thus far has been fantastic. I think this machine is truly capable of doing so much more. The only limitations that I even have with it are because of my subcompact tractor, which is, only 18 horsepower to the PTO. But with that, all you have to do is keep your clutch set appropriately with the appropriate torque on your springs. That way you don't bog your tractor down too much as you're grinding. This is just me nitpicking here, but if I had to find any complaint with this so far, it's on the PTO collar that I've had separate at one area, and I just got to slide it back over. It's literally a plastic locking groove that I just have to readjust. But other than that, I have absolutely no complaints with this. And just to answer some questions that I've gotten in the comments, I did go ahead and place an order when I placed my original order, that is, for some replacement teeth. There's 18 of them, and I just haven't had to use those yet. But when I do go to change them out, I'll document it here so you guys can follow along with that true maintenance process of it. And just to answer another question that I got around the 3-point quick hitch, as you'll see in another video, I hooked that up prior to getting this stump grinder, and I think it's an absolute must. I still had to trim my PTO shaft even with this 3-point quick hitch, but I only had to take like an inch off. If you didn't have one, I would say you'd have to trim your brand new implement PTO shaft by up to like 4.5 inches. And I just don't think you should do that. So I would recommend that you either get the one that I got and only trim a little, or find a different one like the one from Tractor Supply, and maybe it protrudes out a little further that'll meet the clearance requirements to where you don't even have to trim your PTO shaft at all. The only other thing that I would like to address at this time is if you have any product with MechMaxx that you're interested in, I would say check the link in the video description and you can find my coupon code there to save yourself 5%. And I'm not just saying that because I'm affiliated with them. I'm simply trying to help you guys save a little bit of money. And also, I want you to rest assured that MechMaxx is not a scam. I know I see that out there a lot. Some people have issues with their communication because they're in China, but I would not be standing by this product as a former 8.5-year military veteran if I truly didn't recommend them, because I'm simply not going to challenge my integrity by putting out anything that I don't fully believe in. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of peace of mind. And while you may have communication issues here and there, just like you would with any company, as no one is perfect, I do think you'll be satisfied with you. And if you end up using my links or coupon code and then find yourself with issues down the road, please don't hesitate to reach out. Or actually, anybody that's having issues with them, please don't hesitate to reach out, because if they give me their order number, I'm in communication with them pretty much every day, and maybe I can help them get assistance a little sooner. Just like in one of the previous videos, as we started to grade everything out, I realized that there was a high spot again, and this one was from a cedar tree that honestly I had forgotten was so close to that other large stump. And one thing I will tell you is that when you start grinding on cedar, it sure does smell good. But as you saw there, I didn't have my safety glasses on and I was about to engage it, and then I threw those things back on, because the last thing we want is another round of stump die. But anytime you're grinding, I would recommend you have your leaf blower just so you can keep your visibility.
Whoa, Larry, no. Hey, Stump fam, let that be a lesson. Never leave Larry the leaf blower alone unattended with any fires. You never know what he's gonna do. He might burn the whole woods down. But that's about all I got for you guys today. We tackled two of the largest stumps on the property. One, we used some old school methods and we broke out Barry the Blaze Senior, hit it with some cross cuts, used the drill, drilled a bunch of holes in it, poured a bunch of old fluids all over it, burnt motor oil, used motor oil that wasn't burnt, diesel fuel, some tiki torch fluid, and we've pretty much had this fire going with the exception of hit or break moments throughout the day, exactly like you see behind us now. And then we fired up the MechMaxx, went down there and ground that other stump, and we got it graded out, looking pretty, like always. But that's about all I got for you, like I said. So hopefully you guys are no longer stumped. Hopefully you learned a little something. And if not, at least you can stay safe and stay hydrated. We'll catch you on the next one.